nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am, but will you say I am mad? The disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in the heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad?
Hearken and observe how stealthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story.
Saturnino!
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir? Saturnino, please, serve me a piece of cake.
It was impossible to say how the idea entered my brain, but once conceived it haunted me day and night. Object there was none, passion there was none. I loved the old man, he had never wronged me. He had never given me insult. For his gold I had no desire. I think it was his eye, yes, it was this. He had the eye of a vulture, a pale blue eye. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold, and so by degree, very gradually, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man, and thus rid myself of the eye forever.
Soon.
I was never kinder to the old man than during the whole week before I killed him. No, sir, I'll get it for you. Don't bother.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Not yet.
I just need to wait.
And every night about midnight, I turned the latch of his door and opened it, oh so gently. And then I had made an opening sufficient for my head. I put in a dark lantern, all closed, so that no light shone out. And then, when my head was well in the room, I undid the lantern cautiously. Oh, so cautiously, for the hinges creaked. I undid it just so that a single thin ray fell upon the vulture eye. And this I did for 7 long nights, every night just at midnight, but I found the eye always closed, and it was impossible to do the work, for it was not the old man who vexed me, but his evil eye. And every morning when the day broke, I went boldly into the chamber and spoke courageously to him, calling him by name in a hearty tone and inquiring how he had passed the night.
Saturnino, is that you?
Yes, sir, I have your breakfast.
Come in, please. Thank you very much, Saturnino.
It's my pleasure to serve you, sir.
Please, put it right here. I will eat it right now. How did you sleep today, mister?
Very good.
Glad to hear that, sir.
You may leave now.
He doesn't know.
So you see, he would have been a very profound old man indeed to suspect that every night just at 12 I looked upon him while he slept.
The eye. The eye. The eye.
Oh, no, not the eye again. Saturnino! Saturnino! What's wrong?
Calm down. Calm down. Just one more day. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
Saturnino, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, sir. There's nothing's wrong.
That's okay. But I need you to help me make some coffee.
All right. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 12 a.m.
Now this is the point. You fancy me mad.
Madmen know nothing. You should have seen me. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded, with what caution, with what dissimulation I went to work. Never before that night I felt the extent of my own powers, of my sagacity. I could scarcely contain my feelings of triumph. To think there I was, opening the door little by little, and he not even to dream of my
Secrets, deeds, and thoughts.
I fairly chuckled at the idea, and perhaps he heard me, for he moved on the bed suddenly as if startled. Now you may think that I drew back, but no, his room was as black as pitch, with the thick darkness for the shutters that were closed, fastened, through fear of robbers. So I knew he could not see the opening of the door, and I kept pushing it until steadily. I headed and was about to open the lantern when my thumb slipped upon the tin fastening, and the old man sprang up in bed. I kept quite still and said nothing for a whole hour. Presently I heard a slight groan, and I knew it was the groan of mortal terror. It was not a groan of pain or of grief. Oh no! It was the low stifled sound that arises from the bottom of the soul when overcharged with awe. I knew that sound well. Although I chuckled at heart, I knew that he had been lying awake ever since the first slight noise, and when he had turned in the bed, his fears had been ever since growing upon him. He had been trying to fancy them causeless, but could not.
Who's here?
Me.
Saturnino, why are you here? I ask, why are
When
you
I
here?
saw
Damn spot. I grew furious and could not control my hatred anymore. I could see nothing else of the old man's face or person. The old man's hour had come. I strangled him so hard that he could not even cry for help. However, the beating of his heart grew louder. The pound would be heard by a neighbor. For many minutes the heart beat, but with a muffled sound.
He's not dead.
finish what I started.
Oh, yes. Perfect. Heart beating hasn't stopped. That eye must disappear.
At length it ceased. The old man was dead.
He's dead.
Yes, he was stone. I placed my hand upon the heart and held there many minutes. There was no pulsation. He was stone dead. His eye would trouble me no more.
It has stopped. Finally.
If you still think me mad, you will think no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took for the concealment of the body. The night waned, and I worked hastily, but in silence. First of all, I dismembered the corpse. I cut off the head, and the arms, and the legs.
This music is available from stop-music.com.
After I chopped the body, I put it in a black bag, oh so cunningly that not even a drop of blood was spilled. At that moment, I knew perfectly where the body had to be hidden. In a place where no humans would ever go, the attic. And there I was opening the hatch. Despite the man's weight, I was able to pull the bag and throw it on the floor of the attic. I did it so cleverly, so cunningly, that not human eye, not even his, could have detected anything wrong. There was nothing to wash out, no blood spot. I had been too wary for that.
So smart. Finally. Okay.
Not one detail had I forgotten. Therefore, getting rid of any evidence was very easy. Everything looked as if nothing had happened. I am so clever and astute. No one will ever know.
Free. Free of the pain. This is the last piece of evidence I need to get rid of. Yes. Yes. Free of evidence.
When I had made an end of these labors, it was 4 o'clock, still as dark as midnight. As the bell sounded the hour, there came a ringing at the street door.
Who's there? Who's there? Wait, calm down, Stephen. Everything went down correctly. Let's just see who this is.
I went down to open it with a light heart. For what had I now to fear?
Hello?
There entered 2 men,
Hello, is Christoph Schniegelschniegel here?
who introduced themselves as officers of police.
He is not here. He went out of town.
Then who are you?
I am Saturnino, his butler.
We apologize because it is very early in the morning, but the neighbors called and they said they heard the noises, so we must check your house.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, come in.
I smiled. I bade the gentleman welcome. The shriek, I said, was my own in a dream.
We must search the house.
That's okay, no problem.
I will go upstairs and my fellow officer will search downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was impossible for those German officers to find any piece of evidence that would incriminate me. In short, they will think that the sound heard by the neighbor was probably a screeching cat, or someone having a nightmare, but never a noise that came from this house. That was impossible. I bade them search well. They even went into his room.
Everything's fine. Nothing will happen. Everything's fine.
but I felt very secure and undisturbed.
Otto! Nein!
Geisen!
Otto, please! Mr. Saturnino, please come over here, please. Sir, we need to speak to you.
Would you stop pointing that light at me? There's a light here. Yes, sir.
We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you.
Sir, by the way, where did you get this piece of art?
Christopher Schiggerschneiser brought this in Germany.
Oh, the Deutschland! It was like that time I read Mein Kampf. Yes, it was very interesting.
Very good, like Leonardo da Vinci.
Yes, it's very good. Yes.
Very good.
Yes, it was very good time in Germany.
Oh yeah,
Have
yeah.
you been to the Germany?
Yes.
The fatherland?
Yes.
The officers were satisfied. My manner had convinced them, and while I answered cheerily, they chatted off familiar things. But ere long, I felt myself getting pale and wished them gone. My head ached, and I fancied a ringing in my ears. But still they sat and still chatted. The ringing became more distinct. It continued and became more distinct, until at length I found that the noise was not within my ears. The sound came from the attic. It was the beating of his heart. It grew louder, louder, louder. And still the men chanted pleasantly and smiled. Was it possible they heard not? Almighty God, no, no. They heard. They suspected. They knew.
Villains! There, in the hatch. I made the deed. The beating of his heart is over there. Open the hatch!